match-fixing scandals, corruption charges, multiple arrests. Once football's biggest spenders, now plagued by controversies.
The money was way too big. The market there doesn't really support it.
It was just over a decade ago, Chinese President Xi Jinping declared his great football ambition of winning the World Cup by 2050. But that looks like a distant dream.
It's just really difficult to see that because football is a long-term process, and the things which need to be in place in China for football to be successful in the long term are just not there.
The league once attracted star players, World Cup winning coaches, and a number of Socceroos greats including Tim Cahill and Aaron Moy. All joined the gold rush.
For an Australian player, yeah, it was a new frontier, enormous financial benefits. Those were the two main driving factors for them, and relatively close to home geographically.
Now the game is struggling. Players are being investigated, with several facing criminal charges.
It's now not a market that I suppose agents would recommend to their clients, to the players to go to. It's very fragmented, so it's a very dangerous market. I don't think many players outside of China would target going to China now and playing in the Chinese Super League. I think it's lost an awful lot of credibility.
2021 Chinese Super League champions Shandong Taishan was one of the league's biggest spenders in the world, spending millions to attract players like Fellaini and Graziano Pele. But head coach Hao Wei is missing following allegations of match-fixing charges, and the entire squad is being investigated.
It's a huge deterrent for players, you know, if footballers getting arrested because they've been party to alleged corruption. It's not a good look. It's not something that would be attractive to footballers to go and get involved in.
But Shandong isn't the only team that's been investigated for this crime. 6 officials of the Evergrande Football Club have been issued lifetime bans on football-related activities after fixing a match, allowing the opposition to score 4 goals in a 13-minute span at an under-15s match. The first domino in the collapse of Chinese soccer began when the 2020 champions Jiangsu Suning dissolved following its first-ever Super League title. The club run by the Suning Appliance Group lost all funding.
That was pretty shocking, even for someone like me who's followed Chinese football for a long time. They were the champions. It was actually the first championship. They disappeared. It was shocking.
But the final blow came with the financial collapse and relegation of 8-time champions Guangzhou FC.
It's not on a business basis because none of the teams make profit. The price of admission tickets, the TV deals, the sponsorship, all the commercial aspect, it's just not. It doesn't support the cost of running a team. And that's why now you see all the teams in the CSL. The calibre of foreign players is way, way down compared to, say, 5 years ago.
Increasing number of clubs are struggling to pay for players' wages. 7 professional teams have been suspended from being involved in the current season for financial mismanagement. But the scandals are also turning fans away from the game. The arrest of former national team coach Li Tie fueled the biggest public outrage. Reports say Li has been investigated for serious violation of the law, accused of moving behind the scenes to double his salary during the time when he coached Wuhan.
There's a lot of people who like football, and there's a lot of love for football in China, but also there's not like a really widespread, deep, profound culture. They're just really used to this instability. And I think it actually speaks volumes for the fans who do support the local game in China. I think it shows that a really genuine passion and support, that they're still willing to put their time and money and their emotions into supporting their club, despite the fact that they have this awareness that their club might disappear suddenly.
The investigations of football players, executives are continuing. The reputation of the league is being tarnished, an own goal for Xi Jinping's great dream.